I really want to live up to the boast on my favorite teacup, world's greatest mom. So when my only child turns her innocent, trusting 5-year-old eyes up to me and asks the question that has struck terror into hearts of parents everywhere, Mom, where do babies come from? I panic. I'm not ready. I thought I'd have at least another decade. I mean, curse the internet anyway. And the thing is, what you need to know is that my parents never gave me a birds and the bees talk, okay? So I was that kid in high school that all the other kids made fun of for not understanding any of the dirty jokes. This was not gonna be my kid's fate, not on my watch. Only, how do you say something that's not awkward to a child? Wait a minute, I don't have to say a word. I'll just show her. That's right. You see, back when I first learned about my noctupitude, my husband conned me into letting him film her birth by saying, "You would not want to deprive our daughter of the chance to witness her own beautiful miracle of birth." Now, I was not convinced it would be beautiful, but I swung along because, let's face it, I mean, I didn't want to deprive her of anything. And now I'm so glad I did, because who doesn't enjoy a movie? So when she asked me, where do babies come from? I said, would you like to see for yourself? Yeah. So I popped us a large bowl of popcorn to share, because when you're a single divorced mom, you gotta keep it fun. And as I pushed the play button, it occurred to me that this was also my first time watching this video. But I'd lived it, so that's gotta count as previewing it, right? Besides, my husband had let me know that he'd only filmed it in snippets throughout, kind of like a highlights reel. So instead of watching like all 6.5 hours of labor, it was just about 20 minutes. Less than a single episode of Barney. No problem. And it starts innocently enough, right? It's on me in the hospital bed. I give this cheery little wave. My daughter cries, "That's you on TV!" Already impressed. But where am I? Don't worry, you're coming. That's what this whole movie's about. She takes a big scoop of popcorn and leans in, and I think this was a great decision. Next, a nurse joins our party, and she's monitoring my contractions and things. Our doctor sticks his head in, and he says, "Vitals are all strong. It won't be long now." My daughter takes a sip of her juice. Here I come. Only she's not the one on film who comes next. It's actually the anesthesiologist. Now, I had been lying on my side facing away when he had injected my spine with this giant needle. So I had never seen it before. And oh my God, people, it is terrifying. I noticed that my daughter's looking scared too, right? And she says, "What is that man doing to you?" And I say, no, it's okay. He's actually taking the pain away because, see, it's not easy making a baby as amazing as you. She doesn't look fully convinced, but she keeps watching. Now the labor and the pushing are growing more intense until finally the doctor says she's crowning. And this is the part where the camera zooms in for its very first crotch shot. I had never before seen my vagina close up, let alone with a bloody head coming out of it. I jerk back in response, and then I see that my daughter is wide-eyed, and like the color has drained from her face. And I think to myself, maybe this is a mistake. Maybe I should stop the video. No, just get to the end, to the happy ending where we're holding her in our arms and it'll all be fine. So we go on. And now I am really bearing down. I am focusing with everything I have to get this whole human being out of my ring of fire. And the doctor is saying things like, okay, now just one more big push. That's great. That's it. Okay, now another really big push. Okay, that's wonderful. And just one more big push. And just when I'm about to scream at him that he sucks at counting, I hear him say, okay, the head and shoulders are clear. You want to reach down and pull her out? Yeah. I'd completely forgotten about this. I'd suppressed this memory. But watching it now, I remember thinking at the time that he must be talking to a nurse. But there's this long silence, and I finally look up and realize he's looking right at me. And I said, you want me? Excuse me? Want me to pull her out? Did my check bounce? And if so, can you not just finish the job anyway while you're down there? He says, no, it's a bonding exercise, and it's easy. Just reach down and pull her up onto your chest. Bonding my ass. How is she ever even gonna know? But then I remember the camera, and I decide to woman up. So I sit up, and I reach down, and I pull her bloody, goopy body onto my chest. Witnessing this magical moment is when my 5-year-old loses her shit. She jumps up, knocking the bowl of popcorn over, and yells, you bled on my head. That's disgusting. I'm never having a baby. And she runs out of the room. Not wanting to miss a teachable moment, I yell out after her, and that means never having sex, because it only takes having sex once to make a baby. Thus completing the full circle of trauma. It would be almost a year before she could look me in the eye again, which is a long time when it's just the two of you. My daughter is 25 now, and she has a daughter of her own. I do not know how she's going to give her the birds and the bees talk, but I know how she won't be doing it.